Hey everyone, it's 𝗪𝗓𝗂𝗧𝗂𝗧 here. I am so excited that you have taken the time to invest in yourself and in your health. If you are ready to take charge of your health and life by tapping into the power of your own body and mind, you are in the right place. So if you are somebody who has tried different things, but you haven't got the results that you want, this is for you. Or you feel you have a lot of knowledge, but you can't quite take action, this is also going to be for you. If your results are never consistent and you feel like you are in this yo-yo mode, sometimes you get results and then you go back to your old self, this training is going to be very beneficial for you. And you have a love and hate relationship with your body, just like I did. You can see in this picture here, on the left, I was 38 years old, and on the right, it's now at 44 years old, okay? I had a love and hate relationship with my body. I never spent any time or money in my health, and this is why I never got any results. But now you're ready to take charge of your health and to fully tap into your own power, and that is incredible. So let's get started. But before we get started, I want to tell you a little bit about my story. I was very sick with respiratory issues as a kid, and when I say very sick, I mean I had to take lots of medication. My mom would take me to the normal doctors, but she also tried the homeopathy, and nothing really worked. At about 30 years old, I had an ectopic pregnancy, which was an emergency surgery, and I had a tube and an ovary taken out, and half of my chances of getting pregnant as well. And I was very lucky that I got pregnant twice, but on my second pregnancy, I had gestational diabetes. And again, it was very a daring situation. I had to prick myself 5 times a day. I had to take metformin. My daughter was still inside my belly, so I had to be on this very strict diet, and she was taken out 2 weeks earlier. But that wasn't enough for me to change or to think that I was unwell or sick, okay? And it wasn't until I got diagnosed 40 years after that with stage 3 back cancer that I realized that, wait a second, something is up here. And again, it was another emergency surgery, and I knew that a month later I needed to start 12 sessions of chemotherapy, which I did, and I completed those. And 3 months after the chemotherapy sessions had finished, I also had a partial hysterectomy, and I removed my womb and my cervix. And the results that I have gotten, they were incredible. I finished 12 sessions of chemotherapy feeling stronger than when I started. I built the fittest body I have ever had, and I'm 44 years old now. I take 0 medication. I have 0 side effects. I also started my own business from scratch after I finished chemotherapy treatment, and I went back to my corporate role, and I decided that I wasn't passionate about that anymore. I helped people all around the world to take ownership of their health and life. I completed a Bachelor of Holistic Health Science, and I published my book, which is called Radical Ownership, Take Your Power Back Through Habits in Body and Mind. Why I'm saying all of this to you? Because I wouldn't have been able to do all of that if I hadn't focused on my health first. Okay, if I hadn't focused on my physical health, my mental and emotional health, so I could start really kicking the goals and creating the life that I wanted to live. Okay, so I just want to talk about the mistakes that I made that got me sick. I was told that cancer was bad luck, and there was no genetic or family history involved, but I knew that I needed to find out the reasons why I got sick. Okay, and I can tell you that I did not treat my health as a priority, and I hoped for the best, until I was 38 years old. For me, it was like, if I'm not like really sick, then I must be healthy. Okay, so, and even when I had the gestational diabetes, I didn't really think that, I wasn't really doing well, health-wise. I didn't see it as being a sign that my health wasn't okay. Okay, so I did not treat my health as a priority. I didn't spend any time or money on my health. Before having kids, I used to say to myself, oh, I'm too busy. I can't do, I haven't got time to exercise. I haven't got time to do anything about my health. And then when I had kids, it was just like, now it's like impossible because I have to do everything for everybody else. Okay. I accepted terrible health and aging. I remember looking at myself in the mirror when I was about 38 years old. And I looked at myself and I felt like, oh my God, I feel disgusted. Like I'm bloated. I'm full of cellulites. Is this it? Is this what it is going to be like, as I get old? And you know what? I just accepted that. And I kind of said to myself, maybe it is. And I just have to accept that. How sad is that? And I never developed a healthy relationship with my body. I used and abused my body with over drinking, overeating, over stressing, overworking. never taking any time for my health, and never spending any time with myself. Okay. And I just hoped for the best. I never really developed any relationship with my body. And those were the reasons why I got sick. Okay. And why I'm passionate about helping people is because I don't want you or anyone to go through what I went through. Going through 12 sessions of chemotherapy is not for the faint-hearted. I'm not going to lie to you. After my first session, I didn't get out of bed for 5 days. I didn't even speak for 5 days. I thought to myself, how I am going to be able to complete another 11 sessions of chemotherapy. I want to empower you to step into your power and feel amazing again. I not only did finish the 12 sessions of chemotherapy, but I felt stronger than when I started. If I did that, you can do it too, regardless of where you are at. You don't have to accept average health, mediocre health, just like I did. You don't have to accept aging, okay, just like I did. You can feel amazing again. And I'm passionate about seeing people take charge of their health and the ripple effect in every aspect of their lives. There is nothing that makes me more happy when my clients tell me, Angelica, my husband is changing, my wife's changing, my kids are changing. I feel better at work. I feel better about my relationships. There is this massive ripple effect once you start investing time and money on yourself and on your health, that it is just absolutely incredible. And I love seeing that on my clients. These are some of the testimonials, messages that I have received from my clients, which is absolutely incredible. There is more on my website if you want to have a look on the videos as well. But people have experienced some improvement in lots of different areas of their lives. It wasn't only in their physical and mental health, but also in their professional life, their relationships, and that's how they view themselves, their relationships with themselves. It's just been an incredible journey. It was really hard for me to choose. Through the messages, it's just been incredible. People lost weight, finding themselves being more confident. It's just been incredible. So I just want to ask you a question. What's causing you not to change? When I asked myself that question, I had to be real honest with myself. And my answer was very simple. What was causing me was my life. I knew if I didn't change, if I just turned up to chemo and hope for the best like I had done, I potentially could have not been alive for my kids. I could potentially not make it, for my kids. And I knew I needed to change, and I knew I needed to change everything in my life. And I want to ask you that question because it's important for us to ask ourselves this question so we can ignite a fire inside us to take action. Because let's face it, it's too easy to stay doing whatever we're doing, that makes us feel comfortable. We have so many temptations in the world these days that makes us feel comfortable, feel safe. We have social media, we have food, we have alcohol, we have pornography. There is so many things that get us hooked and addicted to, that feeling of feeling safe and comfortable while deep inside we're unhappy, we're depleted, we're exhausted. Okay, so it's important for us to start being truly honest with ourselves. And if we're casual with life, life will be casual with us. Just like I was before cancer. I'll be fine. I'll live until I'm 80. I don't have to do anything for my health. If that's how you think, then most likely you're going to be getting mediocre results, just like I did. Okay, so if you don't start really taking charge of your health and life, you're not going to get the results that you want. It's as simple as that. And guys, life is short. Me more than anyone knows that. Facing my mortality at 38 years old, it wasn't an easy exercise. And also, the longer you wait, the harder it will get. Why? Because, the more you practice the habits, the patterns, the harder it is to break them. And again, I can say that from my own experience. I had been practicing habits for 38 years that did not serve me, and some of them were really challenging to change. And I see that in my clients too. So, life is short. If you want to change it, grab your life by the horns now, because there is so much you can do. And this is how I changed. And I want to talk about that because this is very, very, very important. It sounds very simple, but I see that most people are making so many mistakes around us. I started changing my physical health. Why? Because a struggling body, a surviving body, can't tackle anything else. People are trying to do too many things at one time from a body that is completely depleted and exhausted. Okay, I knew that I needed to strengthen my physical health. I needed to strengthen my body so I could tackle everything else. Okay, and once I started, changing my diet, doing the exercise, sleeping, and doing all of the great things to support my body during chemotherapy, I realized at about session 3 or 4 that I needed to tackle my mental habits. I was sitting in the sofa feeling terrible, feeling nauseous, and feeling really, like sad and powerless. And I thought to myself, why am I feeling like that? And I realized that as I went through that process, as my body would get each chemotherapy session and be struggling to get out of that and recover from that, I would feel like that. Because when your body is struggling, you fall back into your old patterns of thinking and feeling. And for me, it was very much like, oh my God, why am I going through this? I'm such a victim, and life is so bad. And I knew that I needed to start changing my mental and emotional habits. Okay, and that's when I started tackling my mental and emotional habits. Okay, and I strengthened that. And at the end of chemotherapy treatment, I finished chemo feeling stronger, not only physically, but mentally and emotionally as well, because I knew what I needed to do when facing challenges. Okay, I went back to my corporate role. And very quickly, I realized that I didn't belong there anymore. And I had a bigger calling. And that's when I decided to start my business. And again, for me, it was very easy to just focus on my business and all the things that I needed to learn to start my business, because my health was on an automatic pilot. I knew exactly what I needed to do. And I still do the same things 6 years later just now. Okay, so I knew exactly what I needed to do. So I could focus all my energy in learning all of the beautiful things that I need to learn to start my business. And spiritual health is there because as you start evolving and transforming yourself, you really start connecting to something bigger than yourself. For me, it was God, my purpose, my bigger purpose, helping others. And for you, it could be something different, but it's very, very important for you to start connecting to something that is bigger than yourself. So I really want you to look at that, take a picture, make some notes, because, if you are trying to sort it out, your professional health, but your body is struggling, it's going to be very difficult for you. Okay, if you're trying to tackle your mental and emotional health, but your body's in survival mode, it's going to be very difficult for you. Your physical health is this tectonic plate that holds everything together, is this foundation for you to build your house on top on. Okay. So now I want you to imagine your life, that you're waking up excited about your day. You're full of energy and vitality. You're having this stamina and this strength. You feel in control of your body and your mind. You feel on purpose and fulfilled. You feel you have more than enough time and energy and money to do the things you want to do. You have energy freedom. You have time freedom. You're creating the greatest version of yourself and life every single day. I felt like so powerless and so unhappy and depleted before cancer. And once I started making those changes, even during chemo, I felt like that every day. I was excited about my day. I was full of energy. I had the stamina. I felt in control of what I knew what I needed to do. And if I did that, and if I do that, you can do too. Okay, I want you to tap into the energy of what's possible for you. Because when you feel depleted, when your health is not where it needs to be, it's very hard for you to really even think about, another way of living, another life, another way of being. And I am here to tell you there is another way, okay? And I want to ask you a question. Do you want to learn how to think for yourself? Or are you waiting to be dependent on a health professional or something else outside of you? I see that in the health world, there is so many gimmicks out there. People are, selling products, selling, devices and patches and supplements and shakes, and people also, spending so much time, going to the physio, to the osteo, and to the energy healer, to all of those things, and they come home and they keep practicing the same habits and they feel like crap because fundamentally they haven't changed as a person. For me, I very quickly realized sitting at the reception of the cancer center that I needed to change what I did every day, and nobody could do that work for me. I needed to change how I felt and how I thought every single day. I needed to change myself. I needed to take charge of my own health and life. And I did not want to be dependent on health professionals anymore, just like I was. I was completely dependent on medication, on doctors, on showing up every single day to the hospital sometimes. Okay, I did not want that for my life. If that's where you are at, do you want to know how you can rewire your body and mind for health and success? Like I said, we are a compilation of our habits. We need to rewire not only our mind, but our bodies as well. Okay, to really think and feel and do things differently. If that's where you are at, I want to make your one-time invitation to join my 12 weeks group signature program that is called Angel. Okay, which stands for Achieving New Goals and Growth, Energy and Longevity, which is a method that I put together with everything that I did and that I also taught my clients that worked for you to go from feeling that you are not in control of your health, feeling depleted and exhausted, feeling that mentally you can't tackle, feeling overwhelmed, to really feeling in control of your health and life. Okay, we'll focus on creating true health physically, mentally, and emotionally so you can feel in charge of your life. So what will you get? It's a 3 months online group program. You have live questions and answers with me twice per week in a Facebook group, which is a private community with like-minded people who are wanting to do the same things as you. Okay, they say that you're the average of the 5 people that you spend most time with. So you're going to be spending time with people that have the same goals as you. That is super important in the process, okay, of changing and transforming yourself. And you have access to videos, training, explaining exactly the what and the how to implement everything you need to know to create healthy body, mind, and soul, okay? So what you will get is your identity construction and reconstruction. You have been defining yourself with like, I am this, I am that, I'm anxious, I'm depressed, I'm exhausted, I don't have any energy. We're going to deconstruct that and reconstruct a new version of yourself. We're going to work through physical changes that it's in alignment with this new identity. We're going to work through emotional changes in alignment with this new identity too. And we're going to be resolving and dissolving your core blocks. That at the root cause, we all have blocks. We're going to be going down deep to really solve what is stopping you from becoming this best version of yourself. And there will be enough time for us to consolidate and integrate everything into your day-to-day life. So the video modules, I sell those alone for $2,500. Okay, they are very short and concise with practical guidance and tools. So if you want to buy that just alone, I'll sell them for $2,500. The live group sessions with me, if there was 2 times per week, they'll be worth $20,000. Now, if you're looking for a 3 months program, private sessions with me, okay? This is the nutrition understanding. It's not only about recipes. So if you went to a nutritionist here in Australia, and if you paid for 12 sessions, at $250 dollars a session, you'll be paying $3,000. Okay. If you went to a PT, to understand like what you should do about your exercises, plans and things like that, like that will be $50 a session. If you went twice a week, that will be worth $1,200. And if you went to a psychologist, just to understand more about mindset or habits or dissolving the patterns or things that are blocking you, you'll be paying about $200 here. If you went for 3 months, and I mean, most of my clients have told me, they have been going for years on end, they'll be paying $2,400. Okay, so the total, if you just think about, going to different health professions and tackling different parts of your life, you'll be paying $29,100. But I am not going to ask you to pay that today. This to today's price only is going to be $997. Okay, that is what you'll be paying for 3 months of so much accountability, knowledge, understanding, practical tools. This is a lifetime access of tools that you can use for good in your life. Okay. And if you enroll now by clicking below, you get access to these epic bonuses: the Self-Love Discovery course, Finding Forgiveness course, Daily De-Stress Blueprint, Embrace the Art of Receiving, The Path to Belonging, Unleash Your Inner Boss, and Heal Yourself to Heal the World. Those are all different areas that I work through in my healing journey as well. And you ask yourself, Angelica, what's going to happen if I sign up for this? How I'm going to feel, what are the results that I'm going to get in 3 months' time? You're going to 10x your energy levels, for sure, guaranteed. Most of my clients, after one session, they 10x their energy levels. And you're going to be breaking the cycle of living in survival mode, that I explained very clearly. When you're in survival mode, you can't tackle anything else in your life. You're going to break that. You're going to be building muscle and physical strength for more confidence. A lot of you want to be more confident to achieve your goals. You're going to be building muscle and physical strength for that. You're going to be decreasing the stress in your response to stressful situations. Dealing with stress was a massive part of my healing journey. You're going to be decreasing your anxiety about what you should be doing. The overwhelm. Oh my God, should I do this? Should I do that? Oh, I'm going to try this. I'm going to try that. That is all going to be gone because you're going to know exactly what you need to do. You're going to increase your mental and emotional strength to become unstoppable. Like I mentioned, it's all about really tackling your mental and emotional state, okay? And really strengthening that so you can constantly be pushing yourself to becoming this unstoppable version of yourself. You're going to increase clarity about what you must do daily, and for yourself, for your business, for your family, instead of like dwelling and thinking like, oh, well, maybe I should do this, or maybe I should do that, and not knowing what direction you should go to. You're going to be decreasing procrastination, keeping you from unhappiness. There's so many people that keep procrastination. I'm going to start tomorrow. I know what I should be doing. And years are passing, and opportunities are passing because they basically are not living the life and creating the life that they want to live. You're going to decrease feelings of running out of time, and precisely that, like you will know exactly what you need to do to achieve your goals right here, right now. And you're going to be increasing happiness and fulfillment. Basically, when you are healthy, you are happy. Like when you're not healthy, you are not happy. I was deeply unhappy before cancer because I felt so depleted and exhausted. And you're going to be fearless and unstoppable, to becoming like this version of yourself that you truly came here to be. Some of the frequent asked questions that people ask me about this program is, how much time do I need to work on myself daily? Some of my clients only had 1 hour, sometimes less than that, because, I know that people are very short in time these days. I don't have a lot of time these days, okay? So it takes into consideration this program, the videos, the coaching, the Q&A sessions, that people have little time these days, okay? I have tried other things and they did not work. How do I know it's going to work? I can only testify to what my work has done for other people and for myself. I'm a living proof of what I do every single day. I'll be asking you to do things that I still do myself, so I know what is possible. And if I can do it, you can do it too. If you believe your goals are possible and you are ready to say to yourself, enough is enough, just like I did, this is for you, okay? So how long is the program? It's a 3-month program, so 12 weeks, and it's a group coaching program. And what's the biggest difference between this program and other programs? Guys, this is not a diet, a quick fix. This is a lifestyle change. This is teaching you how to take your power back. That's focusing on long-term results. This is a compilation of tools that are going to serve you for life. This is a game changer for anyone who wants to take charge of themselves, their body, their mind, their habits, and their life. People who don't want to delegate their health anymore to anyone or to anything. Okay, so this is for you. If, like I said, if you have had enough, and guys, I just want to clarify here, for me, it took cancer. It took a daring diagnosis. It took almost dying for me to wake up, for the life that I could be living. And I don't want you to be there. Perhaps you are feeling like, you are on a path to disease. That you have enough signs that, just like I did, the gestational diabetes, the exhaustion, all of the things that were coming up in my body, that I didn't listen to. Maybe you are in that place right now and that things are not looking good for you. Why wait? Stop waiting, because the truth is, if we don't spend time and money in our health is not just going to come out of nowhere. We're not going to age without disease. We can age without disease if we take charge of what we do every single day, how we think, how we feel every single day. There is plenty of examples in the world of that, and I am one of them. So if you want to learn from somebody who has done the work, who is being a living proof of what it is like to reach rock bottom and rebuild your health again. This program is for you. And what I can promise you, if you are committed to yourself, to your health, to the life that you want to create, I am committed to you because I know what it is possible. I know I haven't seen only in my life, but in the life of my clients as well. I can't wait to see you. If you're ready, click on the link below and let's get started. You get straight access to the videos and you'll get access to the private Facebook group, and you get an email with all the details as well. But you can start watching the videos, and I can't wait to see you on the inside. Take care, guys.